And welcome to another edition of Mailbag. And like in the previous set of mailbags, I'm recording a single header for many answers that you guys have left on the channel, and there is a lot to go through this evening. So before we get going, remember these are mailbag questions and comments that you guys leave on the channel that are well worth actually sharing with the wider community. But before we start, we always go through parish notices, which are, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, why not? Hit the subscribe icon. If you want to be notified about when videos hit the channel about things like this thing that's just off shop, which is the IDA 2400, that's the bell icon. If you like the contents of the video you're just about to watch, you know what, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the video on the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave comments down below. I do read them, I respond to them, and that's the reason why we're having this mailbag conversation now. And finally, for less than the price of a cup of coffee, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member of the TMTG community. The address is down below, as are the Instagram and Facebook tags where the normal channel notices are posted. But now back to this particular mailbag. And the next one comes from Robert Steed. And he writes, I have owned a SY85 since 1996. Do you know what? It's only 4 years after it came out, so well done you. This is in response to What This Beauty Can Do Yamaha 85 demonstration sequences video I did in August 2020. Anyway, Robert continues to say, I did some productive stuff with the sequencer and built-in sounds, and with some sounds I downloaded, converted and loaded by floppy disk. The Give It To Me demo is the most impressive. Imagine going into a muso shop in 1992 and hearing that, you'd be interested. The built-in sounds aren't very inspiring though. I think the SY85 was a stock good synthesizer, and obviously compared with today's stuff, some of it doesn't sound as great. But I have to agree, I think the Give It To Me demo is rather good. In fact, actually, funny enough, there were a number of songs around in the early 80s and 90s called Give It To Me, or Give It To Me. And I'm looking for one, and I have yet to find it. It was on a demo cassette that was released by Sanyo in the early 1980s. And I'd love to get hold of a copy of that particular song. So if anyone knows anybody who has it as a WAV form or something like that, if you get in contact with me, whether I can buy it off you or whether you're prepared to sort of sample it, record it and send it across the interweb, that would be great. Anyway, I digress. In fact, I have several demos, or several records from around this period that this demo would have fitted straight into, I have to be honest. I've said a few times that people seem to be reacquainting themselves with the SY85. As with all the synthesizers, there are a number of default built-in sounds that are considered usable, and others that many people consider utter rubbish, are not usable. And compared with a modern, £2,000 keyboard, or what a new modern £2,000 keyboard is capable of, they could be considered now as lacking. But what I would say about all these keyboards, and I keep saying it on the channel, for £200 or dollars or wherever it happens to be, you get a lot of legacy keyboard, a lot of very capable keyboard, and a big bang for your buck. So if you're playing in a band and you need a secondary keyboard, or you need different sounds, or you need stuff like that, then you know what, one of these older legacy keyboards sitting on the top rack is probably going to do you quite proud. Now I know lots of people are all going down the sort of the take your Mac with you with MaidStage. It just doesn't work for me. That just doesn't work for me, I have to be honest. But that's me. Anyway, more videos to come on the SY85 platform this year. Number of things I want to do with it, so keep peeled. Okay, the next one comes from MK421. In response to how they changed the battery on the Roland R8 video I did in December 2020. And he says, the display on my R8 has completely gone black where the letters, numbers, info should be. It doesn't function anymore. I also tried changing the battery to no avail. Looking forward to your next video on this. And I'm kind of struggling a bit with the R8 video display, I have to be honest. Mine is actually usable, although it's dropping characters, but it is still usable. And unfortunately, I think the LCD display that you're describing has been damaged beyond repair. The liquid crystal has leaked between the glass plates, which is why it's gone all black, which means it's cracked. It's been cracked. The chamber that holds the liquid crystal has been damaged. That's really what that is all about. I have to be honest, I could be wrong, but that seems to be the sort of characteristic you've described. So I think the display is probably in the kaput area. I was just reading my notes on this, and I actually was more polite. I said your display is toast. The problem with the R8 display is that Roland, in their infinite wisdom, decided to build a custom display for the R8 that is not replicated by any other machine. So it has kind of custom dots and things that appear at certain places in the display. And I've yet to come across a replacement display in either LCD or a new OLED style technology that can be used to replace it. I am still looking. I'm still really looking. I've put feelers out all over the place, but as of yet, nothing sustainable is coming back. I've had a couple of people say, well, we could modify this or we could modify that, but I'd rather not go down the sort of getting a screen and start to sort of do all kinds of bits and bobs to it to get it working. So if there's an engineer out there that knows of a way of fixing the R8 display or has an alternative display that we could drop into the R8, I think there are a lot of people in the community that probably would bite your hand off if we could get hold of it.